Hello everyone, I have got just a really quick reading for you first of all actually, and this is from the deck that's kind of new for me actually. It's the Don Miguel Ruiz, the Four Agreements cards. I absolutely love the book. If you haven't read the book, I strongly recommend that you read it. It's really, really wonderful. These are what the cards look like. And it's all about, for those of you that don't know, the four agreements that are very, very simple rules, just really that you kind of make to yourself, and it helps you be more authentic. And it's so simple yet so, subtle at the same time and helpful. And the four agreements are: be impeccable with your word, don't take anything personally, don't make assumptions, and always do your best. And I remember the first time I read this book was at a really, really powerful time in my life. It was just before I did something called the Landmark Forum as well, which in my opinion was just one of the best things I've ever done in my life. You should definitely check it out. If you live in a big city, they probably do landmark forums near you. The price has become quite expensive now, but I have to say, I mean, after I did it, something like 4 or 5 of my good friends all did it as well, because they were like, oh my god, you've changed and I want what you have, and they went and did it. It's amazing. And it's basically just like a talking therapy. Not a therapy, it's not a therapy at all, it's a forum. And if you feel like you're blocked in your life, you literally go along to one of these landmark forums, and it's like, I think it's 2.5 days or 3.5 days of literally standing or sitting in a room and listening to people talk and talking to people, and that's it. And other people basically get up and share a certain thing that's happened to them that maybe they're not that happy with. The forum leader coaches them, and through that, everyone who's listening somehow goes through a transformation as well, which is why, and I guess it's the inspiration why I always kind of want to share what's going on with me. It's nothing kind of like, oh yeah, I want to just talk about myself and I want someone to listen to me. It's genuinely because I think that's how other people can learn and hopefully not make any of the same mistakes that I do if I end up making any, because then you can look and judge and decide what it is that you want to do in your own life. So that's why I do my sharings and my kind of like updates and whatnot. It's literally for everyone else. Otherwise, I quite happily, I'm quite a private person, I quite happily, and I've got friends who I can talk to actually about the whole twin flame thing as well, so I'm very lucky in that way. So yeah, but I know how helpful it can be to listen to as well as to talk to someone. So I hope that you guys like the updates. From the feedback, I'm going to carry on with them because they do seem to be very helpful. So yeah, I'm glad. Anyway, on with the reading. This is kind of, I pulled these a bit earlier on just for the collective, for the Twin Flame Collective. And when they came out, it looked like Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine union energies. And this is just what was at the bottom of the deck. So let's start with Divine Feminine, because most people listening are Divine Feminines. What we got was: don't take anything personally, ignore the opinions of others. And this is very, very pertinent, because this is all for the kind of the partial eclipse energies which are going on right now. Very important for the Divine Feminine. Have a look at this card. What do you kind of like, what emotions do you see? Ignore the opinions of others. It's so important that you make up your own mind about what you want to do, what path you want to take. It's all about listening to your own heart. All of the focus, this person's, all of their facial and sensory perceptions are all going here. All of the 5 senses are facing, everything from touch through the hands to sight, smell, taste, hearing. All of them are facing the heart. So listen to your own opinions and follow your own inner guidance, and really listen out for the inner ding. When you feel that kind of, oh yeah, that's what I need to do. I agree with that. I don't agree with that. That works. That resonates with me. Listen to that. It's almost like the bell resonates, and that's what the inner ding is. So what does it say at the back? Whatever people do, feel, think or say, don't take it personally. Others are going to have their own opinion according to their belief system. So whatever they think about you is not about you, but it is about them. This is very, very, I think a lot of people are going to be wanting to listen to a lot of guidance online about the twin flame journey, about ascension symptoms. It's so important that you don't confuse yourself, because the mind is nothing but a collection of memories. Even the things that we think we've thought up for ourselves, someone else has put it there. So the vast majority of stuff is not really our own. So really filter out. There's a lot of blue here for the Vishuddhi chakra, the throat chakra. Vishuddhi means filter. So filter out all of the crap, basically, that is not really resonant with you. And really listen to yourselves, listen to your heart, listen to that inner vibration that happens when you hear something that you truly resonate with. Divine Masculine has got this: express your love, be impeccable with your word. And Divine Feminine had don't take anything personally. That was the their agreement. And Divine Masculine has be impeccable with your word, express your love. And again, it's very much the same thing. The Divine Masculine is being asked to really embrace what's in his heart and his truest desires, and essentially not run away from his own personality. So if there are certain things that he enjoys doing, or enjoys just, I'm getting listening to songs, watching, maybe they like something like romantic movies, and that's not considered a very manly thing to do. They are being really encouraged just to express themselves. Men are very restricted. I mean, you know, if you think about women, we're allowed to wear skirts, we're allowed to wear dresses, we're allowed to wear trousers. Men are only allowed to wear trousers. I used to always think it must really be so boring being a man, like they can only wear a certain, like in terms of clothing, because they're so restricted in what they can wear compared to women. So, I mean, in many ways, they're not allowed to cry. They're not allowed, most importantly, they're not encouraged to express themselves. They are encouraged to repress their thoughts, their feelings, their emotions. You know, it's all about the stiff upper lip. It's all about kind of being a man. Boys don't cry, etc., etc. They have to, ultimately, everyone, especially if you're on the twin flame journey, the core of you is love. The core of everything, the core of creation, it all comes from bliss and love, really, and all of that good stuff. So if you're running away from yourself, you don't need to. Just, there's nothing wrong with expressing it. Many Divine Masculines are also very afraid of facing up to themselves and facing up to what it is they really want to do in life in general, and be themselves, because they feel like they're not allowed to. They'll be ridiculed for it, or just generally given a hard time, judged. But it's very important that they express whatever they've got within them, because there's a lot to give, and don't be afraid of themselves. And what does it say at the back? Impeccability of the word can be measured by your level of self-love. If you love yourself, you will express that love in your interactions with others, and that action will produce a like reaction. So they're also being encouraged to really accept themselves, love themselves, embrace themselves, and, you know, share that with other people. The more they can accept themselves, the more they'll be able to express themselves to others as well. So yeah, really nice messages from them. I really hope that many of them can really do that as well. And of course, Divine Feminines, we have both of these energies within us, so, you know, it's there for everyone. And for the union energies, ask for what you want. Don't make assumptions, which is one of the other agreements. And on the back, we have, find the courage to ask for what you want. Others have the right to tell you yes or no, but you always have the right to ask. Likewise, everyone has the right to ask for what they want, and you have the right to say yes or no. So this is all about boundaries. It's absolutely all about boundaries. And it's also about expressing yourself too. It's definitely part of this, and it's part of this as well. Like, don't care what other people, so it's lovely that it's in the middle, because it's don't care what other people think. You can still, it's okay to ask people for what you want, and tell them that something, you know, is okay or it isn't okay, and they have the right to say yes or no. And they have the right to ask you, and when they ask you, you have the right to express yourself and say yes or no. So it's a very important thing to remember. And also, this is very much to do with manifestation. This is manifestation, and also how the word really does create, you know. And first there was the word, or the, you know, the sound, and then that's what created everything. In yoga, you know, like the sound is the first sound, and that was what everything was created from, basically. So very similar to, you know, that Bible verse as well. But really speak things into into manifestation. If there's something in life that you maybe would like to be there in a relationship, or something that you don't want to be there in a relationship, like something you're not happy with, or something that you would like to happen, speak up. And that is going to be very, very powerful at the moment. This card was at the bottom of the deck, and it's to do with personal importance or taking things personally. Personal importance or taking things personally is the maximum expression of selfishness, because we make the assumption that everything is about me. So basically, don't get offended by stuff. Like, don't think that other people, it's their job to not offend you. That's a very, very selfish way to be. So relinquish self-importance, and it's don't take anything personally. So that's another one of those agreements. I'm going to read the back again. So this is something to let go of. If you feel offended by, especially in terms of, this is a twin flame message, anything that the twin has done to you, don't take it personally, don't blame yourself. Even if you've been purging a lot and certain thoughts are coming up in your head, it's okay to acknowledge those things. And this is also a case of, you know, it's linked to this as well. It's really important to make a note of what it is that we do want in our lives and what we want for ourselves. Actually literally make a note of them. Note them down. If you want to do affirmations later on around this time, that's going to be really good. Making vision boards. I'm really hearing affirmations will be really helpful around this moon. But it's really important that you identify what it is that you want. And of course, we both have the masculine and the feminine within us as well. So ignore what other people are telling you about the twin flame journey and what you should and shouldn't do. Really just listen to yourself and say, what is it that I want? Maybe don't be so obsessed with the outcome, like, oh, I want this specifically with this person, but just generally be like, hey, I would like a really, really, I don't know, loving relationship or something. And really don't be afraid to express what is in your heart to the universe. And don't be offended by the past. Don't be offended by the past is what I'm getting more than anything from this. This relinquished self-importance. So don't take things personally when you're purging, and don't take things personally when, in terms of what people have done to you. And I'm getting, it's not just the twin and the way that the twin has treated you, or you've let yourself be treated by the twin, more importantly. It's how family relationships, be that siblings, your parents, other family members, grandparents, extended family, and even, you know, your friends, because your friends are the family you choose. So don't whatever's happened, don't take it too personally. Personal importance or taking things personally is the maximum expression of selfishness, because we make the assumption that everything is about me. But don't forget, if someone's being rubbish to you, it's because they're you know, it's hurt people, and everyone's always doing their best. So those are the short messages for now. I will be back with 2 more readings in just a moment. All right, lots of love. Bye.